Hey everyone, welcome to Illegal Alien Racing. This is the final in the club race in the 100cc senior class. Before we get started with the video, let's do the shout outs. First up is Trillbean from New Orleans. There's Matthew Helms from the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee, who also races 100cc karts. 21 from Justin, Texas. Charlie Armstrong up in Springfield, Illinois. Norbert Samek from Poland, and also from Poland, one of the channel's biggest fans, Jovita. What's up everybody? Glad that you are here. Drop me a comment below, let me know where you're from, see if I can get you a shout out in the next video. Alright, so I'm in fourth spot here, so I finished in the pre-final. We're lined up, in line, green flag. There goes Rick with the typical good start. It's Beeson to my left. I'm a little wide right here, a little wider than I'd like to be, and there goes my unofficial, official teammate Justin to my left. So I'm kind of on the inside here. I'm going to keep it tight, and Beeson's there on my left. I want to squeeze into that gap right there, but Justin has a nose, so he's got the inside on me here. I'm going to try to keep it wound up and maintain the outside line, which I do. And I have the inside line coming into this next turn, and Justin wisely backs off, and we go single file through there. Going too wide through there is not a very good idea. Single file works a lot better through those two turns. All right, up in the lead is Richard, and then Rick, Connor, Little Justin, and Beeson right in front of me. I'm going to check the rear here, and then there's Justin to my left. Nice clean pass. Got a little bumping going on in front. So Little Justin's a junior 100cc driver, but he didn't have anybody to race, so they let him in our race like they did, I said that in the pre-final. So he's in here racing with us. Nice, clean, fast racer. Plus he also leaves comments on my YouTube videos. So thank you, Justin, for doing that, and I encourage all of you watching, leave a comment below. It helps the videos. All right, so right here I'm going to watch Justin try to get around Rick, and I'm just trying to kind of hang out close enough to try to take advantage of it. If I can get a little toe in from Justin, that'll be good. So right here I'm expecting him to go to the left and pass Rick, but he's not. He's just pushing him. So right there, Rick gets a little bit of a wide exit, and Justin goes to the outside, and right there he decides to just fall back in line, and I think that was a really good move. Let me show you a video of what happened to Beeson in the same exact turn in the same situation about a year ago. Boom, right into the barrier there. So we watched that video a lot. I'm sure you've seen it. Here comes Justin real quick with a good pass, and Rick's coming right back with the over-under. Gives him plenty of room. Nice, clean, good racing right there. Good job, guys. So that happened, actually the first day Beeson got a VLR engine package on his kart, and I have a whole video just about that whole day. But just watching it, unless you're side by side with that driver in turn two, getting a really good run on Rick right here. Little contact there, and get around him. Rick was having problems with his carburetor tuning. He was struggling on the straightaways. He was pretty fast in the corners, but for some reason the car just didn't have any speed on the straights. So that's something I'm sure he'll get sorted out, and he'll be back strong the next race. So going back to that incident that Vicent was in, going around that second turn, unless you're side by side with the person, it's probably not a good idea to be on the outside. I found myself in that situation before with Justin, and I know he just found himself in that situation with Rick. And there's been others. And we've learned to back off and just fall in line there if we're on the outside and they haven't totally cleared us, but they've got the line and we're kind of barely hanging in there. Unlike rental karts, these karts aren't very forgiving if you hit a barrier. Things bend and break, and it costs money, and it'll knock you out of the race more than likely, so it's just not worth it. All right, Justin's getting around Connor there on the outside. Nice run there. Now, if you're not familiar with karting, trying to figure out how all this works, this is a 100cc kart here, and in this race, there's two engines. There's the KA 100 and the VLR 100. I have a VLR 100 on my kart. Vicent and Big Justin have KA 100s. I think Richard has a KA 100 as well. So I started out with an LO206 as my first kart, and I think it's an excellent place to start. The cost isn't very high, considering what you're doing, and just really teaches you how to drive. The biggest differences as far as between a LO206 and a 100cc kart is the acceleration and the top end speed as well. The LO206s take a while to get wound up, while these 100cc karts accelerate a lot faster. Now at this particular track, my 100cc kart goes about 10 miles an hour, give or take a few, faster than the LO206 on the straightaway. Now the LO206 will corner just as fast as any one of these karts will. It's just the acceleration and getting to the top end speed is kind of the biggest differences, besides the cost to run the kart. But I think if you're going to get started in karting, either option is a good option for you. It just kind of depends what your budget is, kind of what you're looking for, and most importantly, I guess, besides your budget, what do they race at your local track? Because if nobody's running 100cc karts out there, you probably don't want to buy one. If nobody's running LO206 where you're at, you probably don't want to buy one. So it just kind of depends where you're at. And I made a video or two about getting started in karting, just some advice about it. But yeah, reach out to other karters. I know Reddit has a pretty good karting forum, subreddit rather. So yeah, there's a lot of places where you can just ask questions. Karters generally are pretty nice, I found out. All right, so back to the racing. I'm here behind Connor, and you can see that not really gaining on him. I'm trying to really work. I'm just trying to track him down slowly. And in the pre-final, he was kind of all over the place with the rear end. I've noticed in the final here that the rear ends, he gets a little squirrely here and there, but it's just the kart seems to be handling a lot better in this race and this prior race. And also too, like, I'm not catching him like in that corner right there. I usually was catching him a little bit. And he's doing a good job of just keeping the gap pretty consistent between us. Starting to catch him there, and I get pretty close on his bumper there and get a good little run here. Let's see if I can get some momentum and pass him. And not really much going on. Starting to kind of creep up on him. I'm just running out of track, so just settle back in and let's try him somewhere else. You can see a pretty good fight up front for the other spots, second, third, and fourth. Not able to get a run on him again. Now this is called foreshadowing. There is an LO206 driver in this race, just one lone LO206 driver. I think he's a junior driver, but he's definitely LO206. He was running in a different class today, but I don't know what happened to everybody else in that class. It's a pretty small little class of just mix and match karts. They didn't have enough to field a whole class by itself. So they put him in our race, and we're coming up on him right now. So it's going to be very important where we catch him on the track in regards to kind of what happens. So you can see the guys up ahead starting to get around him. And here comes Connor catching him. He just kind of catches him in a bad spot going in the entrance of 1, so he settles in. And then he gets a good run on him, gets around him, and here I go, and right there, decide to back off. I didn't want to surprise him and just kind of show up last second. He turns into me, and I cause an accident. He did a really good job of backing out and giving me a lot of space there. I just didn't want to surprise him, like I said, so I was a little hesitant to go into that turn a little bit. Probably cost me some time, of course, but you can see the gap hasn't really opened up after all that happened. So I got about one more lap to catch him. By the way, I complained last final race, about my hands getting real tired. I haven't really driven a whole lot. I've been working on some hand grip exercises during the week, and it actually seemed to help. So I wasn't really tired after this as far as my hands go. Also, too, I think just trying to chase Connor down for the final spot, for one more spot, had my mind on him versus anything else, so that probably helped as well. Doing a good job here. I'm just really trying to find a place to capitalize, driving as hard as I can drive, not holding anything back. You can see right here coming a little wide, kind of overdriving just a little bit. Connor does a really good job through there, doesn't give me a chance to catch him. And shake my head and discuss. I'm completely disgusted with myself, but that's okay. Yeah, that was the race. Kind of lightly tapped the steering wheel, just kind of frustrated. I wanted to get around him, but he just drove a really good race, and that was it. So a lot of fun, like always. So yeah, if you're interested in getting into karting, I really encourage you to do it. Also, thanks, like I always say, thanks for watching the videos. I really appreciate y'all taking the time to watch these. I hope it helps you. I hope it keeps you entertained, if anything. And drop a comment below about anything you want to talk about, and I'll see you on the next one.